Hey, kia ora whānau, how's it going? Kaitaki Marakai Backyard Gardens. We are a part of the Northlands Eatable Garden Trail for 2025. So we've had people come in and have a nosy, so I just thought I'd walk you through what they would be seeing and some of the areas that we're talking about. So as you know, we are running a project here through Kaikoura Raumarama Trust and Waiatua Trust, and with support with other organisation people in regards to food security, sustainability, and getting our whānau to think about growing their own vegetables and getting back into healthy living, healthy eating, and therefore healthy whānau. So at the foundation of behind what we're doing is a rua parekore kaupapa. So we've got these principles or values plotted around the place, and you come into our backyard, and obviously it's middle of summer, and have a nosy around the garden. And I've got a couple of things, as I said, those principles all around the place, and I'll just show you those soon. But we've got the Maramataka Māori, a local initiative in Pai here. Actually, seen her name. That's her name there, and you can get your details off there if you wanted to know more. Just about lunar cycles, which we do look at in regards to our planting, our pruning and harvesting and sowing and all those types of things. So that's part of it. In the middle here, this year we've started doing a bit of seed gathering and folk have giving us seeds, so we're getting up a bit of a seed bank in our mara, both regards to peru and kumara, so how to store it, peru. But we're doing some of these this year: rock melon, pawpaw, and tomatoes for next season. These are pumpkin in variation forms. But a bit of a seed bank, seed sharing, got pumpkins, kō, whai, that is kamo, beans, cherries, figs off that tree there. So let's have a look at the principles. So at the gate there we had Te Ao Tūroa. The first principles are thinking about our environment and the impact on our environment, ways of being in synergy rather than fighting against it. Another principle here is whakapapa, and I put whakapapa above our kumara. So in our kumara mara, which is this one over here, the kumara that we planted in here came out of that tāpapa, and the tāpapa was planted of tubular tomato kumara that I stored from last year, and those kumara came from shoots like this. So for example, I would pluck out one of those. So this tupu here, under where I pulled it out, is a tubular or a kumara that I saved. That's grown, creating these, which then I plant in the soil, which I'll do this one just to show you, although it's not a good day to plant. So today on the lunar cycle is huna, and huna is a rest day, not meant to do anything. So I'll just put this in water. I'm not tight on the lunar cycle, but it just gives me a feel, because as I get more familiar with our tūroa, you get in sync with what's going on. And you know what? Some of these moon phases are actually true about what's going on. So we're up here. And the next 3 days are great for fishing and productivity, but we're in the Huna phase today. Anyway, I'll put that in water. I'm just going to place this over here. Getting sidetracked. My cordial. I'll place that over there. So that kumara that I planted was from kumara that we grew last year in this garden. Those who've been following us would have known that we planted our potatoes and kumara in here. Well, those shoots came from there's a grower who does kumara locally, and I got 100 tupu off him. So what that means is the kumara that's in here is the first fruits of last year's lot. The kumara that will grow out of here will be the grandchildren of that first shoot. Yeah, the grandchildren of the first shoots that I got for those ones down there. So this is the second generation. That's whakapapa. I'm able to trace the source of my kumara. Mena ka ate titiro ki ngā kōrero, ki ngā hitori o ngā kumara. Kia kita ai te haerenga o ngā kumara mai e Hawaii nui, Hawaii roa, Hawaii pamamau, tai atu ki te whenua Aotearoa. So the idea being, in regards to sourcing and tracing and understanding the whakapapa of your particular hua or your vegetable, like the kumara, you're able to trace it back. And that's part of developing your food security and sustainability. So what needs to happen from my perspective as a gardener, and one that's the kaitaki for the process, is that I just keep a track of what's going on with my kumara. To where, like I've got over here, this bin at the bottom, got kumara saved as an emergency. In here, got kumara in there, like that one from last year. Just keep it in there. I think I've got potatoes at the bottom down there. Yeah, pretty white, piru. But I'll save them. So it starts with the seed, or the tupu. Tupu grows into fruit, or vegetables in this case, hua. And I eat some of the fruit and vegetables, and then some I save. So that's the cycle of the kumara. Anyway, ko nera tērā te kaupapa o whakapapa. And as we move around, got different vegetables growing. What have I got over here? Maramatanga. Okay? Maramatanga. So, marama is to be enlightened, something to be revealed, moon, light. So this idea for us as gardeners and practitioners in the marakai, mahinga kai, is thinking about the reflective process of learning and growing, and therefore the need to change and adapt to the environmental conditions, te aotearoa that you might find yourself. So this is an ongoing process. There's this maramatanga that I have to go through. So I'm regularly, like today for example, got this garden going on, and there are things happening. See these little white butterflies? I've got my little racket over there and trying to kill them. And I'm watching them fly around. I'm thinking about the way the sun is shining down on the vegetables, and the kumara we saw and pumpkin over there is wiltering. But in here, look at these ones. Still te te oratun pai ana te āhuatanga o ngā hua I ki te ai. So those that are out in the sun, that are exposed, a little bit droopy, See the pumpkin over there? It's all droopy and like, oh, too hot, just like us in the sun. Too hot. Whereas the ones under the shade are looking healthy and not so affected by the impact of the sun. So that process of thinking through where is the best place for my vegetables to grow, what are the environmental conditions that I find myself, what's the health of the soil, what plants go well together, that's part of the process of maramatanga. I suppose in other places we talk about lifelong learning, this idea of continually learning and reflecting, experimentation, reflect on it, learn something new, then apply. Maramatanga. The process of allowing the reflective and activity to give you new insights and new learnings and new lessons. So we have to apply that to our life and making it go. Alright, that's that one. So that's Te Ao Tūroa, Whakapapa, Maramatanga, and then over here I have Māori. Ko te tuapapa o te mahinga kai, te āhuatanga o te one, te oranga o te one, me ki te Māori o te one. So I've got Māori over here. Now connected to this one is another one that's just over there. I believe that's Wairua. So Māori and Wairua are kind of like cousins to each other. But I've tied the Māori. So it's two phases. Māori is the source or the energy behind it, but it's also the principle of our practicing activities. So it governs my kawa and my tikanga, the Māori behind it. It sets the parameters around my conduct. And if I follow those parameters clearly, it enhances the Māori and whatever I'm doing. And in this particular case, ko tēnei te whare, mō ngā ngoke, ma pāmu ngoke e rioto i tēnei mea. So I've got a worm farm in here. A lot of you have seen this before. What the idea between the worm farm is, so if I'm not using any of this stuff, I chuck it into my worm farm or into my composting area. So my worm farm and my composting are about the state of the Māori, i reo te whenua, te onone, and this ongoing maintenance. The process of doing that and the understanding that comes with it ties back into maramatanga, but for the purposes of my soil health is I'm utilising the fertiliser and the worm castings to enhance the Māori and therefore to enhance the wairua of my seedlings and my vegetables. So we're trying to set up things in the best conditions as possible to allow favourable growth. So here's my seedlings in relationship to spring onions. So those two are together. That part of my role as a gardener is to observe and watch and monitor and to do things that enhance the Māori and the wairua, in this case of my soil, and that we're to watch it. One of the reasons why the moon phases is helpful, that I've got over there, is that when you see from Whero through to Rākau Nui, for example, the moon phases are opening up and pulling things, the energy is moving up and out, and then going from Rākau Nui back down to Whero, it's going back into it. And so that cycle of movement helps me know when I need to put my fertiliser into the soil, so that the roots take it in, and pruning and all those types of stuff. The Māori and the wairua has been affected and moved around. So this growth and this activation of the health of the soil, the microorganisms, the worms and the fungi are at their full capacity. And so by adding to that, I've got my worm juice, and over here I've got another juice that's a mixture of comfrey and seaweed, and so between those two I'll fertilise the garden. So tau tūroa, whakapapa, māramatanga, Māori, Wairua, there's one more, I think I've got it around here. And I think the foundation of what we're doing is built on this premise of mana. Mana. Again, related to soil health, trying to get to enhance the mana. God has given mana to all of us, inherently created, and what I'm needing to do as a gardener, as a practitioner, is do things that enhance the mana in order that my vegetables can grow to their full potential. So mana enhancing activities in the garden. Again, composting, worm juice, fertilizer, weeding, looking after seeds. Whenō, anei te kōrero, anei te wānanga o te rāne e pāne ki te mahi o te mahinga kai, and we come back to our table and all these different seeds. You tie it down a tautoro, I get some of those, saving seeds, spring onions, kōwhai, beans, pumpkin, what's that one? Kamokamo, cherries, piri, what have we got here? Ruru hau. Sorry, we've got ruru hau in here. Saving those. Yeah, that's what's happening in the garden. On the 12th, I'm going to be running a wānanga here. Probably going to be planting out some seedlings and just talking about mahi here. 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Come and join us on the 12th of February. Talking about seed growing and propagating and the whakapapa and all that stuff I just mentioned. Okay, well fun. Have a great day wherever you are around the Northland, and yeah, te ata koutou mana. Well, this is our backyard garden. Click the like button, click the share button, pass it on. You know, passing it on helps the algorithms and gets us knowing what we're doing. Encouraging whānau with their own food security sustainability, but also encouraging whānau to get back into the garden. We were created to be in the maha, under the covering. Hoi, okay, hey, good night.